spent time in a psychiatric hospital. Now, not a long time, but I've also recently been diagnosed with ADHD by a psychotherapist, but I do not trust the diagnosis because she's also my wife. So, she gave me a book on... as if I'm going to fucking read that. But anyway, so... And I hope, as well as me being as honest as I possibly can, that together we'll find some sort of third space. My space, your space, the fucking third space, where we're all just fucking... Let's find out what it's like when we get there. So my time in the psychiatric hospital happened like this. I was doing a show in a part of Ireland called RD. RD, that's how you say it, RD. And one of the most famous things about RD is that the police in Ireland are called the guards. The guards. And when there's more than one, you call them the Gardaí. The Gardaí. So when the phone rings in the police station in RD, whoever's on duty has to say, RD, Gardaí. That's the most famous thing about RD. Anyway, so I did a show there, and after the show, there was nowhere to stay in RD, so we drove to the next town. And by the time I got to the next town, I suppose there's a kind of pendulum in stand-up, in your mood, you know? You kind of have a low stimulation day that builds up to the big fucking eruption or dribble of spirit, whatever your body and mind are capable of in that moment. And then afterwards you're kind of high and you're lifted, and there's a soft kind of buffeting between you and people, and it's horribly, magnificently, wonderfully lonely and exciting. And then you come back to yourself. But in order to come back to yourself, you have to swing lower than you were high in order to find a balance. So I was in the low part of myself by the time I arrived in the next town where we were going to stay the night. Grumpy, maybe. I wanted food. And I'm in the hotel and I call the guy over and I says, "Can I have a sandwich, please?" And he says, "What kind of sandwich do you want?" And I said, "Don't be acting the cunt now." Just give me a fucking sandwich. I don't give a fuck what's in it as long as it's a sandwich. So he went off and he came back with this sandwich that had a side salad. Now, y'all heard me. I didn't ask for no side fucking salad. But out of manners, I ate it. And there was nettles in it. There was maybe that's a delicacy in fucking Poland, but there was nettles in the side salad. And I didn't realise that there was nettles in the side salad until they were halfway down my fucking throat. And it started to close. And I thought I said to my tour manager, and he said, "I'll bring you to the hospital." Now, there are two hospitals in Mullingar, this town. An ordinary hospital and a psychiatric hospital. The first hospital that came up on the phone was the psychiatric, so that's where we went, thinking that it was the normal fucking hospital. I got out of the car, I ran up to the front, I banged on the this cunt in a white coat, in a fucking white coat, answered. And he says, "How can I help you?" And I said, "I'm after eating nettles." And he said, "You're in the right place." There's a woman down the hall, but